YouTube is not as simple as it used to be. When you see like the likes of like the Shirley B's and the Jenny Jenkins that were like the OGs of YouTube. But those kind of things, sex, controversy, trending topics, these are the things that sell. There's some real gold in the content that we're putting out, but sometimes if it's not laced in controversy, people will not pay attention. So can you really blame the Lani Goods? Can you really blame the back chats? Everybody's got a lot to say, but nobody be talking when it's time to break. Hi guys, welcome to the Mochunkstv Show and welcome to another installment of Chit Chat with Mo, where we have controversial debates, honest conversation, and so much more. So guys, if you watch Trending, you'd have known that we spoke about Lani Good and how, you know, she was in a bit of passa over the weekend. Because of her content, she did, just a recap, she did a video, a smash or pass, and mentioned a few YouTubers and the younger lot that she had with her. They said a lot of like negative comments about the people that they would pass and they didn't necessarily find attractive. And, you know, she allowed that content to go on her YouTube channel, although she actually didn't say anything. It was more them, and she was kind of reacting. She came out and made another video saying it's not another apology video, but there was way more that I actually cut out to kind of ensure that this wasn't as bad as it could have really gotten. This kind of made me ponder on the state of YouTube and how it's changed over the years, in a sense of the content that trends now and, you know, what it takes to make it in this big bad YouTube influencer world. Also guys, so my show drip today, I'm wearing these lovely earrings from Myoto. So a new black owned brand, and I got gifted these earrings and I didn't actually choose them. They chose them for me and I was so glad that it matched my whole classy vibe. Let's just move this over, you can see it right there, so pretty. And I'm also wearing this dress from Zara. Zara's one of those shops that online I find it very baffling, but when I go in person I find some really nice outfits, especially like bargain buys as well. I really love Zara. So yeah, Zara fit Myoto. I've personally been on YouTube for about 5 years. My journey is kind of unique because, you know, I'm not necessarily like your typical YouTuber, although I do some like YouTubing content with my Bean Mochunk segment. That's like my more personal segment, but this is more like an online TV platform. So like I've been on this platform for about 5 years and I've rebranded over the years. I think I'm just about now finding my feet. And this is the time that I've actually personally seen the most growth. But I've definitely seen YouTube change in the times that I've been here, and I've personally adapted along with it, but the message has still always been the same. I think every channel needs an ethos, and my personal ethos is that I'm passionate about media and I'm purposeful in teaching, regardless of whatever content I put out. The aim is always to teach people things and also to learn from people through conversations. When you guys give your opinions, learning from others, sharing my opinions, sharing my views, and we kind of always come to a resolution in the end. I sometimes learn something new, I sometimes change my views, I sometimes change your views. That's the purpose of this channel. And also to be like entertaining as well, but the underlying of it all is to teach. So over the years I've adapted, but I've always stuck to that core message. But I'll be honest with you, YouTube is not as simple as it used to be. When you see like the likes of like the Shirley B's and the Jenny Jenkins that were like the OGs of YouTube, they could literally just do like a smoky eye and they would upload a video, brown smoky eye, and that video would get like hundreds of thousands of views. Obviously they were solving a problem. This was a time where, for example, you know, with the beauty bloggers, the beauty YouTubers especially, this was a time where a lot of black women were finding themselves. We were all upgrading from that horrible foundation. Those of you who know the one, I'll put it right here if I can find it. That horrible mousse foundation that all the black girls were using from the drugstore. And they taught us how to actually highlight and contour properly. They taught us how to do hair. So they would just trend. They would just do really well. But that era of YouTube has kind of moved on from like this in terms of simpleness. We still have beauty bloggers, but I feel like now to kind of grab people's attention, it has to be more interesting than you're just doing a makeup look, because everyone can do a basic makeup look now. Everyone can do a highlight and contour. Everyone can do as basic as of an eyeshadow look. Everyone can do that. Everyone can put on eyelashes now. Of course, some people still struggle, but majority of women can do that now. Majority of women know what to wear. Fashion, hauls are very popular right now for things like Zara, because Zara can be quite a hard shop to shop online, especially. But it's like there's nothing that YouTubers are doing that we can't do now. YouTubers are more for recommendations now, less so how to, if that makes sense. I still learn hair tutorials in terms of like natural hairstyles and stuff, but you guys know what I'm saying. It's more of showing us recommendations. You're advertising the brands to us. That's more what influencing has become now. I found that to grab attention on this platform, especially when you're doing discussion type topics, there has to be an element of it being provocative, and provocative isn't always a negative thing. Something can provoke thoughts, something can just trigger people, something can just be sexually provocative. Yeah, the key word being provocative. Sometimes it has to be channels I've seen really blow up on here. Story times, I'm trying to be careful with my words as well. Things that people might consider trash. One man's food, another man's poison. Some of these things are just not my personal cup of tea. Some of them I find funny. Some of them I find too much. But, some people are blown off of like story times, telling like sexual stories. Even one of my top videos, it was, my celibacy video. Now that's obviously coming more from like the struggles I've had with like abstinence and celibacy. But those kind of things, sex, controversy, trending topics, these are the things that sell. Even when you want to market for example, your fashion video, if maybe WAP came out, you want to call it something around that. You want your content to be, what are people searching? It's all about a strategy at the end of the day. And there's nothing wrong with being strategic about your content. For example, with like Chit Chat with Mo, I might have a topic that I want to discuss, but something might happen like last week where we had the John Gray situation. I wanted to talk about social media, but I was like, okay, this is more trending right now. Let me go into. There's nothing wrong with being strategic about your content, so long as it's done with integrity and you maintain your integrity. Now, that in itself can be controversial because integrity looks different for different people. What I find to be integrity may not be someone else's level of integrity. Someone's moral compass may be completely different to mine. So some people may not necessarily have the why of, okay, I want to teach people something. Some people, I just want to entertain. Some people, I just want to make the bank. Like, I just want to make money. There's money in YouTube, there's money in YouTube. If you can trend and get the views and get a high, I think they call it a CPM that allows for like more ads and stuff, or like more higher paid ads in your videos. People are buying houses. Lydia Dinga, hello, recently bought a house, 70 grand deposit. And Andrea recently got an apartment. So there's money in this YouTube. People are making big bank from it. So some people, it's literally, I turn on the camera and I want to make money. It doesn't matter how I make it. So there's the YouTuber, but I also think there's also the viewers that have had a part to play in why controversial content trends. This is what people pay attention to. This world is so fast paced now, and that's why apps are getting shorter and shorter in terms of the type of content they want. So with like Key, I think it was like 15 seconds or maybe like a minute content. Then TikTok came along, like really fast paced, like content just grabbing your attention, because this world is so fast paced. We're all living on social media. Like, social media is a completely different space entirely. It's almost like a world on its own, and that people get really, really wrapped up in. To get somebody to watch your video, to watch your content, it has to be eye-grabbing, from the title to the thumbnail to the content itself. If you really want to make that money, it needs to be something like that's just not plain content, if that makes sense. So what I'm trying to say is that I believe the viewers also play into this, in a sense of the kind of content that we pay attention to. Whenever something like this happens and someone's content goes viral, the commentary is always, UK YouTubers. I saw some comments over this weekend. UK YouTubers don't know more than kitchen setup. UK YouTubers don't know more than smash or pass. UK YouTubers don't know more than stupid games. Just loads of like outlandish statements about and generalizing about UK YouTubers and the things we do on the platform. But it's like, I believe even the viewers ourselves, we need to ask ourselves, and I view some YouTube channels, so even me, I need to ask myself, what is it that I actually like? Why is it that I don't follow regular YouTuber content? And if there was to be something viral going on, if there was to be a scandal, a controversy, that's when I want to watch, that's when I want to click. And, you know, I think it's both sides, the viewers as well as the content creators themselves, that are fueling into this new normal that we have now on YouTube. And I believe this is why, you know, smaller YouTubers come into the space, or aspiring YouTubers come into the space. They analyze, what is the market? What does the market look like? You're going to, before you go into a career, see the ones that are successful, why are they successful? What made them blow up really quickly? And that's the thing about our generation now. We don't want to graft. We don't want to wait to blow. We want to blow right now. What is their technique? And we literally do copy and paste. You know, Nella Rose is very well known for the format of like the uni setup, where you would have like your friends in tears like sitting behind you, and you know, that's just been a huge copy and paste. Even in American YouTube as well, because they saw that it really worked for her. And there's nothing wrong with inspiration, there's nothing wrong with even copying, but I just to highlight a point, in a sense of, a lot of people do market research and literally do copy and paste what is trending. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with being strategic, but I'm trying to explain some of the reasons and some of the things that I've noticed as to why YouTube is like this now. So much so that the OGs of YouTube don't even want to be on the platform no more. I believe Jenny Jenkins has said many times that she's leaving. She keeps coming back, but she keeps saying she's leaving. Shirley B, where is Shirley B and Young? Where is she? Her sister started a YouTube channel and she's been doing some cooking and stuff, but Shirley B will drop like one video once a year or something, or maybe once every 6 months. But I haven't seen, or maybe just my notifications aren't working, because that's another thing. YouTube changed their notifications. So if you were subscribed to some people from way back, you might have to go back to their channel to turn on all their notifications or custom notifications. Is this whole algorithm thing going on again, in a sense of YouTube is pushing a particular new set of people out. And that's affected the OGs. The OGs don't see, or many have complained they don't see as much views as they used to, because there's this kind of need to be like young and fresh and a bit controversial as well. You have to kind of spice it up. Even me, I spice it up, because I have my core message and I have things that I want to discuss, but sometimes I have to frame my title a certain way. I have to frame my thumbnail a certain way, because what are we all trying to do? We're trying to grab your attention, because there's some real gold in the content that we're putting out. But sometimes if it's not laced in controversy, or just enough controversy, people will not pay attention. So can you really blame the Lani Goods? Can you really blame the back chats? These are all channels that, you know, people have called trash, quote unquote, or they've labeled some of their content as trash content. Can we really blame them for continuing to be controversial when they've seen that this is a strategy that works? So today as well, Lani's released a song called Bad Boy Information. And this further just reinforces my point as to the fact that controversy sells, and controversy can push other things that you may want to do sometimes. You know, we saw that IVD, Ivorian Doll, came into limelight after a beef with Renee, and then she released a track, and now she's got an amazing rap career. And it looks like Lani wants to head down the same route. And she's got the attention of people, and it's working for her, which further reinforces, I believe, why sometimes people will push the controversy idea or controversy strategy to really push the gold that they know they possess. Now, there is the long game. And I guess this is more of a word for like content creators like myself who want to make it at all costs. I think study the market, adapt. You know, Instagram brought out Reels recently. Why should you as a content creator not be using Reels? Use it to your advantage, but don't kill yourself in the process, and don't kill your morals in the process as well for a check. Because again, depending on the kind of person you are, if you're trying to leave, let's actually say, a positive lasting legacy, a legacy that impacted lives and changed people's lives for the better, you're going to think twice about your content and the type of things you put out, because ultimately it's permanent. And of course we make mistakes. I've made several mistakes on this platform. Oh my goodness, I've said the wrong things, you know, I've analyzed things in the wrong way, I've got the wrong end of the stick. But we grow and we move. So long as your ultimate goal is towards that lasting legacy, the decisions you make will reflect that. Basically, I believe more in longer lasting than right now instantaneous and temporary success, which is why I believe continue being true to yourself, but also adapt to the seasons that are around you. Like, you can lace your content with a bit of controversy. You can lace your content with a bit of what's trending, to allow people to find you more easily so they can find your gems. I always find that sometimes some of my videos that might trend, might go viral, people will now go, I'll see a ton of comments in my old content. It's not that your content isn't great, but sometimes you just need, like, bees to honey. You just need that sweet thing that brings people to the real sweetness, the real sweet in the middle that you have on the content on your channel, whatever it is that you might be producing. Because I personally think we love a bit of drama. Come on, I do what's trending. I know which videos, even before I press upload, are going to do numbers, because I'm like, they're going to love this one. I know which Chit Chat with Mo's might pop. Some of them might randomly pop and I didn't really expect it. But sometimes I'm like, I can predict that this one, they're gonna like it. And that's because I know the audience we have on YouTube. I know sometimes what it takes for people to click that subscribe button and come back each time. There was also the whole situation with Zizi Mills, and she's like a presenter, and she basically was saying that she did a nice interview with a young business lady talking about her business. Didn't trend. Next time she did one controversial interview, it popped on social media. So it's like, okay, somebody that's trying to grow, you feed them that information. What are they supposed to do with it? And I personally find it super ironic that sometimes we'll complain about this content and then we'll go and watch the video. So you're driving up their views regardless of how many dislikes you put on the video, because especially with this whole Lani Good video, I've never seen that ratio of likes to dislikes in my entire life in a video. The dislikes was a lot, but you're still putting AdSense money into their accounts. You're still paying them attention. This is why I believe content like that will continue to thrive. Controversial content will continue to thrive because the viewers keep paying it attention. Even whilst they're complaining about it, they're driving traffic to the content you're complaining about. And in so doing, you're kind of just fueling the fire. Even, dare I say, a lot of YouTubers I saw chiming in on this, but it's like, we all know what we do. We all know what we do to get attention on this platform. Just because somebody may have taken it a bit too far doesn't mean we are not all rocking that same boat. And viewers of like wholesome people, you like wholesome content, share it. Like, I see content like Grapevine doing amazing. People share it, they shout about it. That's wholesome content. But sometimes I find that, people will do wholesome content and you just be like, okay, like, comment. That will be the end. And you wonder why the other stuff trends more. Like, if we want to change the narrative, I think we have to be a bit more intentional about it. I believe my time is my time. I believe your time is your time. If you're a content creator, whatever, if you're an aspiring content creator, just keep going at it. Your time will come. Patience, consistency, be strategic. Your time will come. My question to you guys is as well, why is it that controversial content has taken over YouTube? You guys let me know your thoughts on that. Is it more of the YouTubers that have been feeding viewers that content and now they're so used to it that they won't pay other wholesome content attention? Or is it the viewers themselves who feed into that content, hereby sending a message to the content creators that this is what we want, so give us more of it? You guys let me know. Can you find a balance between strategizing, being controversial, being on trend, but still maintaining your why or your core message? Or will you eventually compromise on who you are? What matters more, a lasting legacy or temporary success when it comes to this online YouTube space business? You guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Until next time, guys, peace and love, peace and chunks.